Hello and welcome to another Match Day Live. I'm here at the Kassam Stadium as Oxford United prepare to take on Cambridge United. Right, I would usually be talking to someone now about the lineup, but unfortunately, COVID protocols mean that not as many people can be in the room as before. So I'm just going to show you the lineup in just a sec and talk through it. In the meantime, I'll explain exactly why I'm wearing a Christmas jumper. The reason for that is I first wore this at the first game in December that I attended. I've worn it for each match since, and we haven't lost. So as long as we're not losing, I'm wearing the jumper, and hopefully I'll be wearing it until May time. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the lineup today as Cambridge come to town. As you can see, Simon Eastwood in goal, Elliott Moore and Sam Long at the back, with Abita on the left, and on the right we have Anthony Ford. Then in the centre of midfield we have Hanson, Brannigan, great to see him back, and Mark Sykes. On the right we have Rob Hall, and the left we have Dan Adjei. Up top we have Sam Winnall, again great to see him. Hopefully that can get some fitness back into legs, and I think that's the rough shape of the team. On the bench we've got Stevens, who obviously has come into his own since making his first team appearances, Gorin, who we love to be involved in the squad, Taylor, McGuane, Shodipo, Kelly and Ossie Yor. So that is the squad, and yeah, that's how it looks. So looks like we've got plenty of pace on there, a fair few that are decent set pieces in Anthony Ford and Cameron Brannigan. A few other things about today's game. It is the first home game of the year, which means that before kickoff there will be a minute's silence for those supporters that were lost last year. And so at the end of this live broadcast, there will be some messages of their names appearing on this stream. So I don't know what to do without being able to talk anyone. So what we will do is first of all go straight to a video, and then once we come back, I'll talk to Andy Taylor about the current COVID protocols. So let's have a look at an interview with Craig Short with Chris Williams.
Explain, it's not some sort of Donald Trump style coup. Carl is in the building, but just for variety, we thought we'd let you have a little go. Carl comes in front of the camera all the time and talks about COVID and our responsibility. So I want to try and keep this, if we can, to football. Is that right with you?
Fine, yeah.
So Cambridge United, Tuesday night, Cambridge a league below, but they're a good side, and there's no, it's a cup tie, isn't it?
Yeah, we, I think we got a bit of a surprise how good Forest Green were. We knew we watched them, and we do all the analysis on them. But they gave us a few surprises that night. And I think it's the same in Cambridge. We've warned the players. They're on a good run as well. The manager went to watch them live at the weekend, so we have to be really on our guard. And I think the closer you get to Wembley, all the sides start taking it more seriously, and we certainly are as well. So it will be a real tough encounter for us.
But it's a Wembley where hopefully there's fans.
Yes.
But who knows what's going to happen?
Well, that's the message we sent to the players now. We just had a meeting now. We said, 2 games if we get through this round, 2 games to Wembley. And I think the final's towards the end of April. So you'd like to hopefully think the world's in a better place then. And I know the disappointing thing for the club, and I wasn't here then, but was getting a Wembley playoff final and not having your supporters there. And obviously for all round that's not why you want to play football. So if we can get there and win this, I know this competition, it's like the Worthington Cup, or what's the Carabao Cup now. People don't take it seriously, but all of a sudden you start getting to that final round, you start getting really, really interested, and you can tell the players. Every player wants to play at Wembley, and they've had a taste of it, but it would be nice to go there and play with fans.
How many times did you play at Wembley in your career?
3 or 4. I got beaten once in the final, and 3. So yeah, 3. So I was very fortunate. That was right at the early stages. I thought it was going to happen every year, but it didn't.
In case you are experiencing any technical issues in terms of lag or sound delay or anything like that, the pre-recorded videos should be a bit better. Unfortunately, connection is not completely set up here. It will improve as we carry on this format. As anyone who's watched all 3 broadcasts will know we were in the boot room, the old boot room, with a nice backdrop. Last time we were outside, and this time we're in the box, again, just to keep us away from the coaching staff and the players, which we'll be talking more about the COVID protocols very shortly. In the meantime, Cambridge are here today. Let's have a look at a previous encounter. So that was a previous time, 1-0. Always odd to see a penalty miss when you celebrate highlights, but we won the game, so it doesn't matter. Right, okay, I am joined by Andy Taylor. Hello, Andy.
Hi, good to see you.
And you. And you are here because you are somewhat involved with the COVID protocol.
Yes, so my role, I'm the head of club operations, but specifically matchday operations manager and the COVID stadium officer. So I oversee the COVID operations for the match days. Yeah.
So obviously a month or so ago there were fans.
Yeah.
How different is it now without fans compared to when they came back in?
To be brutally honest, it's quite empty again. It feels we're feeling it genuinely. The staff this afternoon we're talking about that very thing. There was a massive build-up approaching the games with the team, with the return of fans. A lot of effort got into getting the stadium ready, and everyone was geared up to it. It was really, really exciting and great to see everyone back. And then obviously it was kind of been taken away from us, and so now it just feels a bit flat again.
And does it give you lots of time off with them not here?
No, not really. I mean, it's an opportunity for us. I mean, until we're able to get the fans back in, just to address the way that we operate around a match day, to make sure that the plans that we've been operating to can be reassessed and looked at again. So we're ready for when the fans can come back and cheer us on again. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously no fans here today. What is different from your point of view compared to an average match day this time last year?
Well, this time last year, you got to think we were gearing up to, where were we this time last year? We'd just done, maybe we were going to Newcastle. We ended up with a replay sort of at the back end of January, beginning of February.
Which was not a spare seat.
Not a spare seat. The planning that goes into that is immense. The safety team work around the clock to ensure that the game can go ahead. I mean, little changes in that regard. However, the intensity is not so much. The preparations are still the same. You still need the stewards. You still need the matchday staff. However, not so many, as you know. There isn't the intensity around the match day, but that's not to say that the what we have to do in preparation for the game to kick off isn't the same. Okay.
And obviously, I mentioned earlier in the stream. Oh, we've actually lost the camera, but I believe you can still hear. So let's see if I can get that working again. Right. In the meantime, it'll be like a radio interview. There we go. Magic of live streaming. I mentioned that you're split into amber and red.
Yeah.
Who can go where?
So as we see here, the area I don't know what we can see in here. So the area, basically either side of the home and away dugouts, is a red zone, and that stretches around the perimeter, all the way around the perimeter of the pitch. The people who are only allowed in there are, so you've got your home and away teams and the associated staff, and then anyone else that's been given permission or accreditation for the game. So you'll have some of the ground staff who are responsible for forking the pitch, because the pitch is also the red zone, and so they'll come on, and then you've got the ball retrieval guys, and we've got obviously some ball boys around as well, although they'll sit outside of that. But the red zone staffing is limited to those that need to be at the game.
I guess in terms of when fans can come back, I don't know how involved you would be with this, but you don't just have to think about at the stadium. You have to think about how many other people are going to be getting petrol on the way here, or stopping off for a sandwich.
Absolutely, that goes into the whole planning process. Again, the safety team that we have here work incredibly hard with all sort of local partners, local agencies, to make sure that those the journeys, the supporters' journey into the game is managed from wherever we sort of take that on. So from the minute they step onto the footprint, but like you say, we've also got to look at where they're coming from. So we take an active interest into where people are walking, say from Blackbird Leys or walking from Littlemore and stuff like that. So yeah, we have to take into account the whole journey to the game.
Okay, well, thank you very much for helping us make sure that football can still happen, and hopefully we can have fans back soon. If you have enjoyed this interview, you'll love the next one. It's with Elliott Moore.
This is madness. So you just said to me, do I have to wear a mask for it? I don't know. I know I'm sitting 2 metres away. COVID world for footballers. Explain for the people at home. Everything's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't really explain it because I don't really know what's going on. The way we work is day by day, and we take every day as it comes. Things change every day, and we have to abide by the rules. But like everyone else does in the normal world, that's how it is, and we're just following the government guidelines.
Can you just explain for the people who are watching this today, even coming into training, what's different to how it would have been this time last year?
Well, we would have been in, food, breakfast would have been out. We've been able to go in the gym, do a bit of work if you need to, get some treatment, then we'd be training. But, now that all changes. I don't know what we're doing. We're sitting in the car waiting. We have to do tests. We have to fill out forms. I think all this is a little bit, we have to do it, but, we just want to get out and train. So the quicker that happens, the better.
Yeah, and it's coming. The vaccine. Oxford obviously invented the vaccine. So
yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah,
it's all down to us. Football-wise, you've had a little bit of a 10-day break since we had a game. Would you rather have just gone straight into another game?
Yeah, definitely. It's happened a couple of times where we've won a game, and we want that to continue that run, and for whatever reason the game's off. But we have had a break, and it's great for some, and it's great for me mentally to have a break from a game. But I'd have loved to have just carried on, and we're in a routine, we're in a run, we're still in a great run, and hopefully we'll continue that tomorrow.
Against Cambridge in the Papa John's Trophy, even that I don't know. Are we in the last 32 now, 16? I don't even know how close we are. But
I couldn't tell you.
We always talk about there's a Wembley final at the end, but as we know, Wembley with no fans is just a weird experience.
Yeah, it's a very weird experience, but whatever game comes up, we want to win it. So whether we're in the last 32, last 16, who knows, semi-final, we're going to want to win it. So that's our plan tomorrow. Whatever team's out there, put in a performance and try and get it through to the next round.
As you can see, I'm joined by club historian Martin Brodetsky. So we didn't speak before games for years, because every time we did speak, we ended up losing. And that came back from like 2015, I think it was.
That's correct.
And then, we've started doing this. And if it's live on air, apparently,
it works.
Can't stop winning.
Yeah,
so long may that continue.
Definitely,
Right, okay. So Cambridge come to town. How are we against Cambridge?
We've played them 35 times, I think, over the years. In fact, it's a very long back into the past that this fixture goes, because we played them during the Southern League days. And we started off not too well against them. They won most of the early games, but we've since turned that around. And over the years, we've won 11 games to their 10. So we're slightly better.
We're smashing them. Absolutely smashing them. We're absolutely, there's no question about rivalry here, is there?
Who?
Because it happens with a few clubs where, you know, some fans think we are with sort of Northampton or Wycombe or whoever it is. But every so often, someone who usually has nothing to do with football assumes that we have a rivalry.
It's a newspaper headlines thing. I think that's what it is. You know?
Yeah.
It's obviously, and I'll be serious. For a while, the clubs followed a sort of vaguely similar path. Although Cambridge were behind us, as they are most things. We joined the Football League in 1962. They joined it in 1970, I think it was. We had very similar kind of grounds, the Manor and the Abbey Stadium, very similar. And then kind of rose through the leagues. They rose a bit, not as much as we did, obviously. They reached top flight. They never won a major trophy. But and then I think our paths kind of diverged once we moved to the Kassam Stadium. They're still at the Abbey. But so for a while, you could see there were parallels. Obviously, the cities were parallel to the university, obviously, but the car industry, there was the Austin Cambridge and the Morris Oxford at the same time. Yeah, apart from that, no real.
not in terms of football,
no,
anyway.
Not.
Right, okay. Who has played for both?
There's been a few. I'll pick out Nigel Cassidy, because he was one of my favourite ever players who played for Oxford United. I think he went on to play for Cambridge after Oxford. He joined us from Scunthorpe. There's been Paul Wanless, who came up through the ranks here, but was an absolute hero to the Cambridge fans, because he was there for something like 330 odd games. And he was very popular there. And the other player I mentioned is Graham Atkinson, who obviously is our leading goal scorer, 107 goals. So it took a long time to get those, 15 years he's played for the club. But he had a gap of 18 months while he was on loan to Cambridge.
Oh, okay.
There you go. And there's been others as well.
Sam Smith.
Sam Smith.
It's sort of recent.
Sam Smith, yeah. Back at Reading now. He's just finished loan at Tranmere and he's back at Reading.
Okay. Right. Okay. Normally I say what is in your hands, but you've put it on the table.
I put it up, yeah, sorry, I just thrown three there.
That's right.
What we have here.
What is on the table?
What is this? This is what's on the table.
Yeah, that is an in the flesh program.
Yeah, a printed copy.
So what is in the program?
Yeah, it's got pages, pictures and words. There you go. Match action.
Don't give it all away, because need to.
You have to buy it to see what else is in it. There's an interview with Cameron Brannigan. There's an article discussing the very non-Darbiness of this fixture.
Okay.
There's an article about our recent trip to Plymouth, where we won.
We did.
And there's a round of the opposition, of course, looking at them.
And how can people buy it?
Okay, well, unfortunately, because the club shop is not open because of the lockdown, you have to buy it by emailing program@oufc.co.uk, and that comes through to me. And then I will reply to the email giving you instructions on how you can pay for it.
Okay, lovely. So make sure you do that.
Yeah.
Just one more time, where do they need to email?
program@oufc.co.uk.
We haven't got a banner to go across yet.
Should have, yeah. It's the English spelling of program, so if you just write the American spelling, it won't get to me.
Well, yeah, I guess it'll bounce back.
I assume it won't consider. So program double ME at the end.
This evening,
Yes.
if it's level at full time, at 90 minutes,
90 minutes, straight to penalty.
Straight to penalty.
Straight to
So
penalties.
either way, there will be a winner.
There'll
this
be
evening.
some sort of a winner tonight, although if it is go to penalties, then officially it counts as a draw.
Okay, even at the knockout stage.
Yeah, we call it a draw, and then
A draw, but these guys are going through, and these guys
yeah,
are.
well, it's just the way it is.
Well, let's avoid that.
Yeah.
Avoid the draw, and that'll be all good. Right, okay. So, anyone who has enjoyed the interviews that have been played thus far, the full interviews will be in iFollow, and here's a little advert for that.
Follow in your heart, in spirit, in soul. You make every tackle, score every goal. You're part of it, wherever you are in the world. From the first minute until the last kick. Victories, heartbreaks. You're part of the fabric, the passion, devotion, supercharging emotion. For you, there is only one. Abiding loyalty, togetherness that is second to none. Follow every kick, every tackle, every goal. With access to live stream games and matchday commentary, with coverage spanning the globe. Behind the scene content, newsletters and match highlights. There is no better way for you to get closer to your club. And with iFollow sales supporting them, no better way to show your love. When you can't be there with iFollow.